I'm guessing this is live, maybe. Possibly live. Oh, these streaming companies need to get something a bit better that tells you when something is live without having to go to your website or your channel. Okay, it says I'm online and I'm streaming. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Right, now it's told me it's live. Okay, so yeah, this is just literally, if anyone's going to watch this, I am literally just doing this as a kind of a break between doing client work at the moment. And I'm playing around with OBS, Stroke, Twitch, and Discord. And I'm having issues with not so much Twitch. Ah, here we go. Right, okay. Now it's finally come up. So yeah, I'm trying to resolve an issue that I'm having with Discord. It's probably my fault with configuration, etc., etc. But I just wanted to. Okay, so MooBot is Stream Elements is working. MooBot is working, and this is the other thing that I needed to check if it's working. Come on, work. Is trying to get it. Is trying to get Twitch to push to my Discord that I'm live, and I can't seem to get that to work. I've never been able to get it to work, to be honest. So I just want to try. And it must work somewhere along the line. It doesn't actually seem to. Nope. So it's still not doing it. But the bot is working, and it's there and it's live. But it's not pushing it into. No, I don't know whether that's Discord not allowing it to happen. I mean, the folder is there. I've configured the Me6 bot to work. I've linked my my Twitch account and this Me6 bot, which apparently pushes things through to your Discord, and it don't work. It's not working. Why are you not working? Ooh, that's interesting. So I seem to have. Okay, I seem to have various different things popping up on my screen now. I've got a Sound Alerts plugin and Streamlabs. Okay, add to my channel. I've already got Streamlabs added to my channel. Yeah. So I've already got that there. I've already got Discord added to my channel, my extensions. I've got Sound Alert, Streamlabs, Discord, and then Suggestion Box. I don't know. And I've been through the website to look at help files and videos, and they're just not helpful. I'm just not seeing anything at all that says, oh, to get this to work, you need to do blah blah blah. You know, it really is very much hit and miss. Even the help files for Twitch are not very helpful. Um, Let me just check. How many points do you want to wager? Oh, okay. Oh, I see. This is some kind of plugin. Right. Okay, so there's an update for sound alerts. Ah, okay. Ah! Oh, so that was really delayed. That was 5 minutes before that came over to Discord. That can't be right. Okay, there we go. It's come up finally. So there's a 5 minute delay. Now that would explain why an awful lot of channels have a 5 to 10 minute delay before going live, and I did wonder why that was. So that was pretty much 5 minutes. Okay, that's something else I've learned then. Right. Okay. This is beginning to add up now because there. I notice that, and I've tested this out several times. Actually, I'm waffling now. I'm just waffling and wasting time and whatnot. But I'm trying to get my head around how Twitch works because it's haphazard. So, right. I'm happy now that that's working. That is working. So hopefully some people that are logged into my Discord will have now got a message to say that I'm live. I'm hoping. Now the thing that I've noticed is that I can be on, and I've tested this out. I can be on Discord. I can have somebody that I follow open, and I can have a page that I normally would have with all the follow channels down the side. And I will notice that when someone goes live, if I've already got their page open beforehand, I will be notified immediately. But if I've got a page open that's just got, somebody else's website, somebody else's stream, and you've got the follow channels, that will not appear for at least 5 minutes, maybe even 10 minutes, before this panel seems to refresh and tell you that somebody's there. I've also enabled notifications, and that doesn't seem to work very well either. And what does that sound like? Very much like YouTube. YouTube's notifications don't work. Even when you configure it to say, when this person goes live or uploads a video, I want you to tell me, it doesn't work. So, but anyway, I'm happy now that my Discord is. So I need to remember that there is approximately a 5 minute delay between Discord being updated after I go live. Right, okay, but now I know that it is working. That's a good thing. That is a good thing. Now, one thing I do need to do is to move my right, I need to move my screen, I think, over there somewhere, or possibly there. I don't know. I mean, I don't seem to actually do that many videos with me in the on the stream. I don't think people really want to see me on the stream, particularly. Not that I've got a problem with myself on the stream, but I don't think, to be honest with you, I don't think it is actually adding anything to my, I'm not like a 20-year-old something with a pair of boobs and a pretty face and all that kind of thing. And I don't think what I stream, which is predominantly Second Life and Blender, I'm not so sure that is, that it's necessary for me to be on the screen. I don't know. I could be wrong. Is that the reason why I don't get too many views? I have no idea. Let's just see what happens. I think you get this kind of mirrored effect. I mean, I can kind of understand. I can kind of understand, you know, an artist who's got a camera, you know, pointed down to their artwork, and a picture of them in the shot and such like. I mean, you know, but I think my streams, unless I'm talking about something, and I have got some ideas about talking about subjects, maybe just to see whether that would get me some more followers and viewers, or not. I don't really know. I don't know whether anyone is going to be really interested in listening to somebody waffle on about psychology, or I could talk about a lot of subjects, but I don't know whether that's really appropriate for this particular channel, which up until now has been predominantly Second Life and Blender, which seems to be what people are interested in. But anyway. So Stream Elements, okay, yep, is sitting there, and also MooBot is sitting there. You see, when you go to someone's website, when you go to someone's channel rather, you get all these little layers and little things on the screen and points, you know, like for some reason people are able to pick up points, you know, there's like, I don't know, 50 points for watching every 5 minutes or something. But it's such hard work to try and figure out how you get that enabled on your streams. And see, I'm on their help files at the moment, and I want to learn about the sound alerts, and yet I have to watch a video in order to find out, like, whatever happened to just having a help file. I've got the install there, yeah, and then manage the sounds. I've already got that installed. Why is it telling me to install it again? It's just so badly done. I don't know who is producing this stuff. And don't tell me that it's, you know, oh, well, I'm too old, I don't know what I'm doing. I've been doing IT since the late 70s. You know, I mean, I do a lot of stuff in IT, and I have an awful lot of tech knowledge and experience, and use of software. And I actually write my own software stuff, and I do database development and apps and all. So like, I really hate it when people say, "Oh, you're too old to understand." No, it's got nothing to do with it. I've watched young people do support, and because they have no grounding knowledge of the origination of where software, you know, operating systems and software has come from, all they do, I have watched them, and I'm just saying this is a generalization, but I've watched young people providing support for, you know, other people, and all they do is keep clicking around on a screen until they get what it is they want. They don't actually know what it is they have to do in order to solve a problem. They just keep clicking around the screen and typing in, you know, well, they don't type anymore, do they? Everything's about clicking on the screen. But I've seen it. I've seen how a lot of younger people work in IT who haven't had really, they are not taught the background information that I think, and the foundation information that should be should be taught to provide support in IT and to write manuals and such like. And I don't know who on earth is writing these manuals or doing these kind of so-called help files, but they're not made with regard to a user point of view. It's almost a case of the mentality is, well, you keep clicking on something, keep ticking options and boxes, but there's no way that you can actually understand like how it's supposed to be done. That's what I'm getting at. It's a bit of a rant, but it just irritates me when you want to do something, you see something nice on someone's page, and then you think, well, that's actually really quite neat. I like that option, and then you've got to try and figure out and decipher how on earth they've put that on their page, on their stream. I don't know. It's just very odd. And then when I ask a question, somebody else has done it for them. So they don't know how they've done it because somebody else has gone in, like a mod or somebody, seems to have gone in and actually set all that up for them. Which is, fine, but if anything goes wrong, then that person has got to go back to the mod to try and get it fixed. And it's all rather odd. It's all rather odd in a very odd kind of way. But anyway, I'm happy now that when... Oh, hello. I'm only doing a stream because I have a problem with Discord and I've just resolved it. So, but yeah, hello. I'm kind of on a work from doing development for a client, and I just thought I'd have a go at fixing this problem with Twitch and Discord, but now it seems to be working. All very interesting. Very interesting, very interesting. Ava, what I was going to say was you had this problem yesterday with your dragon. Have you got it in a Blender file? This seems to be working now. Something that I wanted to try, actually, is this. This got downloaded onto my machine. No, I don't want to work with others. Ah, okay. Right, so if I clear this... I don't know why, but this Microsoft Whiteboard thing got installed on my machine. I didn't install it. It seems to have come with some sort of update. And it's actually pretty neat. I quite like it. I've seen something very similar to this, and I installed something very similar to this years and years ago. It was like a post-it notes thing. And if I plug in my tablet, and try and find, there's my pen. So if I plug this in, I actually quite like this because there are so many things that people do on their Discord that I like. See, people seem to be able to share images really easily on Discord. Now, I know how to do that in OBS. Maybe that's what they're doing it in. But they seem to be able to have very, very quick access to dragging and dropping an image into something on their stream. And I would love to know how they do that. I mean, I can kind of try and do that with OBS. Like for instance, I mean, I've got these predefined things here, so I've got my kind of lichen character there, which I can drag and drop in. You know, I mean that's, but images, bit difficult. If you've got a directory full of images and you want to show somebody an image on a screen, it seems to be kind of difficult to do. Now, of course, I can't do that because it's on a different screen. How do I get my mouse? How do I get my tablet to work on a different screen? Okay, hang on one moment. Ooh, that's interesting. I don't know. Is there... Oh, yes, there is. Okay. Does that work? Yes, it does. There we go. Well, there you go. I've learnt something else today. If I click on OK, so that's my tablet software. Cool. This tablet is just unreal. This tablet is I've used Wacom tablets pretty much most of my, you know, most of whenever they came out. I don't know when they came out, but I've used everything from their little tiny weeny ones to big ones. The last two that I had were the larger version of the Wacom tablet. They last for donkey's years, and I literally wore them out until they just no longer worked. And then I saw a review of the tablet that I've got now, which is an XP Pen, and mind blown, absolute mind blown. This just knocks socks off of Wacom, however you pronounce it. So anyway, came across this, which is actually really neat. Ooh, why is it picking up the... why is it picking up the whole... Oh, I see. Right. Sorry, this stream is really just a mishmash. I am playing around. I'm not doing anything because I just wanted to stream something so that I could okay, so if I select that and I want it to be solid, right, so if I clear the canvas and I just want to, why is it doing this? Create a new whiteboard. It's picking up the back of the canvas for some reason. Oh, that's why. Okay, bear with me. See, now I was going to come in and actually use this this whiteboard software, which seemed to install it itself. Whether it came down with the Microsoft Windows 10 update, I don't really know, but it seemed to just appear. And I played around with it the other day, and I thought, that's pretty neat. That's a pretty neat piece of software. So why have I got my... okay. Ooh. Oh, right. Oh, I see. It wants me to... Ah, right. Okay, so it wants me to map the... Right. If I go full screen... Oh, then it's all three. Right, okay, got you. Custom display mapping. Right, down there, then down there. Right. I click on OK. So why does it keep picking up? Okay, there's me saying that this is a good piece of software, and all of a sudden now it doesn't seem to want to work. I haven't got an active pen. Oh. Interesting. I don't know why it's doing that. It worked perfectly okay the other day. But for some unknown reason, when you press the pen down, it's picking up the backdrop. It's doing the same on everything. So why is it doing that? I don't understand why it's doing that. It's almost like it's converting the pen into a I don't know. Oh, sometimes software just makes you wonder. Anyway, I need to switch my tablet back to my default settings, which is that display. Can I do it? No, it's doing it even with the mouse. It's just not drawing it. I don't know. There you go. But anyway, I've wasted enough time. I'm just playing around. I got my Discord working, which I am happy about, and if anyone's watching this stream, they're going to think, what on earth is this guy going on about? Okay, so this was really just about this is bugging me now. Let me bring in a piece of software that I know will work with the pen. Because this is, I don't know why, I just want to make sure that this is, why would it work just because I've pushed it to a different, okay, so we're going to bring this in. I'm going to create a new it doesn't really matter what it is, I just want to be able to draw on it. Okay, so my mouse is now back here again. Let's move my tablet back over to that monitor. We're on full screen, which is correct. Right, so I'm going to select something. I just want to make sure this is working. So let's just select that, pick a colour. It's blue, for instance, and yeah, it's working fine. Whoa! I've got this as a very high resolution, and I haven't calibrated it for this screen, but anyway, yeah. Okay, so that it's not the tablet, it's not the pen, it's the actual software that's screwing up, because this is working fine. Yeah, that's working fine. I've got this at a stupidly high resolution, which is not what you would normally do. What I wanted to do was just use a whiteboard. I wish I was an artist. I wish I could draw. I watch so many people on Twitch and I get, I just really wish I can draw. I used to draw a lot when I was young. Yeah, I've got this too high a resolution really, and there's a bit of a delay on it, but this is, so my tablet is working fine. I've never had a problem with my tablet, and it works perfectly good in Blender for doing modeling and sculpting and stuff like that. So, you know, I know that this is not a problem. But anyway, I pity anyone that's coming to my stream now to look and see what I'm doing. Yeah, all I'm doing is I'm just testing my my tablet is working, because it doesn't seem to work with Microsoft Whiteboard, and yet it was the other day. Actually, let me try if there's something else that I can get it to work with. So I don't understand why the Microsoft Whiteboard is not working. Sorry, I'm confusing my tablet now by having that not in the dock. Right. I want to open up let's see if I can open up. What can I open up that I know should... Now, here's an interesting program. Okay, this came with Microsoft 10 about 2 years ago. 3D painting. Now, I saw a couple of demonstrations of this program, and I thought it was actually quite fascinating, because somebody brought a Blender file out, imported it into here. It was a gramophone, and he basically brought it in, painted it in 3D in this program that comes free with Microsoft, and then pushed it straight back to Blender again. And I thought, whoa, that kind of reminds me of, in a very, 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 very simplistic way, it reminded me of, what's the program called? I don't use it. I did use it many years ago, and I can't remember the name of it now. But you know, it's a really expensive program, and people use it an awful lot. And it's fantastic at producing and creating textures. And a lot of people do use it with 3D programs like Blender, and bring it into the Substance Painter. Is it Substance Painter or something? And I just thought, wow, that's actually quite amazing. So what I thought I would do, actually, this has just reminded me. So this. Let's just see if this works. Yeah, it works fine. So I don't know why the whiteboard software is not working. Anyway, what I was going to do was I think you have to insert... Does it recognize DAE? No, I don't think it did. You have to use FBX, yeah, or GLB or object. Okay, I tell you what, I've got an object file. Let's bring in an object file. Okay, so I know where I've got an object file. Okay, no, it's not in there, is it? It's actually here. No. There we go. Right, so if I bring in Patrick, for instance, import texture file 2. Okay. Oh, no, okay, because it doesn't have a texture file. I'm diversifying now. This was only supposed to be a few minutes test, and I've turned it into a full-on stream. So this is obviously a very big file. I think it is actually a very big file. If Ava, if you're still here, I had this problem with the importing the file into Blender and then it being absolutely massive that it was very difficult to try and manage. Like I said yesterday, sometimes the scaling seems to be different between this is not the fastest program, is it really? But I know that the scaling on this is probably not the best. But hey, you know, like, it's free. It's a free piece of software, um, which is just kind of amazing. And again, I've never seen anyone using this. I saw a demo of it 2 or 3 years ago when Windows 10 did a Creators Edition, and it came free with that. And somebody that I actually really admire on Second Life demonstrated how he painted this gramophone out of Blender into this program. He painted it in 3D and then squirted it straight back into Blender again. And I just thought, you know, I just wish in a way that I was kind of... But anyway, let's just have a play, because if this works... brushes. Okay, so I'm going to just select a brush. I've got quite a thick brush there. Oh, let's make the opacity, and let's go here. It was very slow bringing that file in, and I know it's not that big. So what's this guy's name? I can't remember anyway. But anyway, so let's just see whether this actually works. So I'm going to paint on here. And look at that. It is actually in... Oh, of course, it doesn't recognize any of my mouse functions. Okay, so I can probably use this. Yes, I can. So look at that. It does actually work. I'd forgotten about this program, to be honest. Let's just I'm going to pick some kind of... It is actually painting, because to be honest with you, I find painting in Blender very, very awkward. It's not intuitive at all, which is why I think a lot of people use Substance Painter, because you can just bring it in and do exactly this in Substance Painter and then just put it straight back into Blender again. So the only way you can move is by using this gimbal down here. But yeah, look at that. It is actually painting 3D. Now, of course, I've now got paint on his elbows, so you can't sort of say just select this vertex group or just selects this item. You have to be kind of careful. Keep using the mouse, the buttons for Blender. But hey, who cares? It's a free program. If I go big, oh my god, look at that. Right, and it is actually painting it in 3D. Okay, I think I might use this because I am not a fan of the texture painting in Blender. It's not intuitive at all, in my opinion. It's very clunky. And there's an awful lot of steps you have to do before you start to get anywhere, and I don't feel very confident at all in so how can I get rid of the... Oh, okay. Oh, all right. I've got to start using this. If only I could use shortcuts on... But for simple stuff, for simple things, I can really see this being quite useful. I'm going to be intrigued whether I export this out or save it, whether this texture is going to come in. how does it come back in? If this actually works, this could be, for very, very simple stuff, this could be the answer to an awful lot of my texture. Because there are times when I want to apply a texture to an object in Blender and then paint over the top of it. You know, I want the option to be able to you know, add more detail, add more grain to wood, for instance, you know, all that kind of thing. You can do it in Blender, not a problem. You can do it if you know what you're doing in Blender, but it's not very intuitive at all. And as I say, I don't feel very confident that it actually does. It's not really very clever, really, the Blender. That side of it in Blender. This is irritating because I can't just turn that around for some reason. I can go that way very easily. But anyway, I mean, this is just a real old simple. So I guess I can. Yeah. Okay, so he's now got a blue t-shirt. Let's draw in crayon in red. What? Okay, that's not really right. It's crayon, that's why. Okay, we got some kind of marker thing. Let's pick a different colour. I just want to see whether this works. Because I tell you what, that would be pretty neat if that works. If this works, I will definitely use this program and I will learn how to. We got mixed reality. Ooh, no, surely maybe shouldn't have done that. Oh, okay, it's opened up. Oh my god, wow. Okay, so it's opened it up in. What? What? How come no one's talking about this stuff? So when I clicked on mixed reality, it was looking for a camera. And now it's brought in my object, which I can now change the lighting settings, environment. What? Animations? Turntable? No. Really? How come no one is using this stuff? You can import, you can print 3D. What? Wow. Okay. I've learned something today because I have never. You can change the lighting environment. You can rotate the light. What? Wow. Okay. I'm pretty impressed. I'm pretty impressed. That is not bad at all. Anyway, right, so I've got this guy. I've just coloured his t-shirt in with a real crappy. Actually, yeah, let's stick something on the back here. So I've got a marker. Let's do it in light blue because it'll come out. Ooh, I just want to see whether this works. Okay. Okay. I don't know whether this is going to work or not. Hadn't planned on doing this today. I don't know. If I opened up a can of worms here, um, I opened up Paint 3D on Windows years ago. I mean, I don't. We're probably talking 2 to 3 years ago, and I saw a video of somebody using this to color something, and thought, oh, that's pretty neat. And it came out with a version of Windows 10 Creators Edition or something, and I thought, oh, that looks pretty neat, and it didn't look anything like this. So they've obviously developed it with obviously different versions. If I export this, then can I export it? Open, new, open, insert, save as a 3D model. Oh, okay, right. So I can save it as a 3D model, and it's giving me the option FBX, okay, GLB. Holy moly. I know FBX I can bring in I don't know, is this going to work? If this works, then I'm impressed. I am seriously impressed. I mean, if it's, I'm just going to call it Patrick test. Okay. I don't know what the differences are between each of those file types, but I know FBX can be brought into Blender. So let's open up Blender and see whether this is going to come in. For painting, for painting simple objects in Blender, if this works, I'm impressed. Yeah, I am. I will be seriously impressed. So we've got to import it. You can't open it as a file. So we need to import FBX, GLB, was it? One of the other ones? Yeah. So I could have brought it in as a GLB, FBX, and whatever the other one was. What was the other one? Save as 3D model, GLB, FBX, and .3mf. I have no idea what that is. Could be Microsoft's own. File, import. No, okay. So 3mf is not an option, but those two are GLB and FBX. I've mostly used, if I'm not exporting out as DAE, then I'm using FBX. OBJ is also a common one. OBJ I've never had a problem with. Right, okay, there we go. There's our file, Patrick test. I'm guessing it's going to bring in the texture. Is the texture packaged with the model? If it does work, I am impressed. Okay, so where is it? My only other thought is that it's so small. No, you are kidding me. Okay, that's really weird. That's very weird. Okay, so this is actually the opposite problem that you had, Ava. With your model, this is so unbelievably small. Open up the end panel. No, I don't want to move it to that. Open up the end panel and find out how big this model is. Okay, so that's not good. Somehow it seems to have resized the model very, very small. And it also seems to have brought in an empty plane. It's brought in a plane, and it looks like a... Because all of a sudden now I've got 5 objects. It seems to have brought in a plane and... Very weird. Okay, so how we get around this problem is we need to highlight those 3 objects which we've got. I don't know why that's seriously miniaturized it. It is very, very small. So you just press S to scale. If you want to go up, you just type in a number, a positive number. If you want to go down, you just press minus and then a number. So that's 100 times scale. If I go 1,000 times scale, that's kind of brought it up to a manageable level, and here is our model. So if I go into texture view, what do we get? No, I think, oh, okay. So the plane is what I drew on the back. Okay, so that's what I drew on the back, not the model. But why is our model kind of metallic? But for some reason he's kind of seriously metallic, and the mesh is completely screwed up as well. It's not badly screwed up, but it is, I don't know, this is a really weird texture. Maybe this is why people don't use the program. But hey, the texture is on there. It worked, but it seems to have turned it metal. Oh no, there we go. Wow, I'm impressed. I am seriously impressed. If we go to shading, we can probably get a better... I don't know, I don't really know why he's turned... Oh, okay, yeah, so it brought in the texture. Yeah, so he's like 100% metallic. And he's got an awful lot of specular... Why has he got specular on there? So, yeah, he's brought in a load of textures. Interesting. They seem to have almost randomly pushed the textures into the principled BDSF. BSDF, rather. And that's why he's metallic. He's metallic because he's been told to be metallic. But hey, it worked. Well, I tell you what, that is worth exploring. Quality's not brilliant, but could well have been because I picked a felt pen rather than a paintbrush. Wow, okay. I'm impressed. Might try a different file type, because I don't really, and I need to really, I might play around with this, because that was very easy. I mean, I wouldn't want to do that on a working model that was for a client, maybe, unless I kind of understood why it resized the model, because the model is actually 2 meters high scale wise, and this, maybe there is a limitation on there could be a limitation on the size that this works at. You know, whatever this is, it's possibly that it will only work on a 3D image or 3D model that big. resize it. Okay. Canvas options. Oh, that's the canvas. Okay, so you can actually increase the canvas. Because I noticed that the model came in. 3D view. Ooh, okay, so that's the zoom level. So if I... Ah, right, okay, so here's the canvas size. Lock aspect ratio, resize image with canvas. Okay. I am going to play around with this. Okay, so I've discovered something new today, which is good. Which is, I believe, always something that is worth playing around with. You know, you learn something new. I mean, this, for simple objects, as long as I could try and figure out the scaling correctly, it hasn't actually messed up the mesh too badly, actually. Why is no one talking about this? I mean, it's free. It's free software. It's a free, and it's certainly easier to paint something in this program. Let me open up that file again and see whether it resizes itself, because I'm kind of guessing. No, I'm not going to save it. So I've made my canvas big. I'm going to bring Patrick back in again. I'm going to say skip that bit. Does it resize my 3D model to the size of the canvas? And that's why when I saved it and brought it straight back into Blender again, it was so small. In fact, it was 1,000 times smaller than it needed to be. So even the canvas size at the moment, which is 3,000 pixels wide by 2,500 pixels high, which is not particularly big, really, because the right, so there's a model again, and I wonder what size he is. How do I move him around now? Select, okay. See, the problem is I don't know. I don't know what size he is. Okay, so if I go to brushes, right, okay, so I think in the beginning I had some kind of canvas. So now I've just got this. Can I use my tablet again? Yes, I can. And I'm now painting in 3D. Whoa, I mean, wow. Okay. This is kind of a bit of an eye-opener. So if I now save him again as a 3D model, is there a limit, I wonder? Oh, now I've got more options. That's interesting. Okay, so I'm going to save this now as Patrick Test 2. I want to see whether maybe the canvas size limited the size of the model coming in or something. And this has turned into a rather interesting stream for messing around. So let's go back to Blender. Okay, so it brought in all of this with a yeah, so it kind of brought it all in as a root. Interesting. So it brought that in because I created a canvas, which it was unnecessary to do. So I'm going to delete all of that. What's left there? Okay, let's just get rid of that. I don't know what that is. What are you? Okay, so I should actually only have the camera and the light, which is correct. So let's import. I want to see what size he comes in as. So FBX, let's pick up Patrick Test 2. There aren't any options. The scale 1:1. Okay. Yeah, okay, so there is some kind of scaling issue going on here. There is for sure a scaling problem. He is tiny. I mean, he's gone from being 2 meters tall. I don't know quite, but I mean, in a way, I kind of don't really. Why have we got a root? I don't know what the root thing is. Okay, so he is tiny. Scale, and I think I typed in, let's type in 500. Okay, so that kind of makes him now big. There is obviously an issue with, so he's now 2.5 meters tall. So he's about 500, 450 scale, and is an issue going from one program to another. So I might try saving as a different. So if we go to shading, I need to change my environment. But yeah, it's worked. And again, he's turned into some sort of chrome thing. He's got some real heavy duty metallic thing going on there. That's really quite funny. Okay. Anyway, I've waffled on enough, and I have no idea how long I've been streaming for. An hour. This is ridiculous because I was just literally just playing around and trying to get my Discord working to announce when I go live, and that's now been resolved. So that is all really good. Okay. Apologies for this stream if you've come on here and seen some mad crazy person playing around with Blender and this free program which popped up when really what I was trying to do was to figure out why and then why the whiteboard wasn't working, the Microsoft whiteboard. It's not running now because I closed it, but anyway, it's nothing to do with my tablet or my pen or anything else for that matter. It's obviously and then got distracted into the Microsoft Paint 3D program, which oh, hello. I'm actually closing the stream now, Ava. Sorry. This was only going to be like a 10-15 minute stream, and it's turned into this. So but yeah, I've been playing around with Paint 3D for Windows, which is actually worth playing around with, because the last time I saw this before was 2 or 3 years ago. I saw someone using it to paint an object out of Blender really easily and quick, and I mean it is quick and dirty, way of doing something. But you know what? If you were to put a texture on something in Blender, bring it in here, and you wanted to just do a really quick touch-up paint job, or something along those lines in here, which is, you know, it's doable. The only issue I've got is really the scaling problem, which Ava has already experienced. Bringing your file into Blender and then getting the scaling. So if you watch this video later on, Ava, you'll see that I had the opposite problem, which was exporting this model here and then bringing it into Blender went in the opposite direction. It reduced the size approximately 500 times smaller than oh, you did? Okay. So yeah, it's interesting, isn't it, how we get this problem with programs not really communicating correctly on the size of things. So, but yeah, this is pretty neat. This is pretty neat. For a free program, this is pretty neat. Anyway, I'm going to stop playing around now. This is something that I can do maybe at the weekend, is have a play around with this, because this Paint 3D program, it doesn't look anything. It was very basic when I first looked at this several years ago, and now it looks like it can do an awful lot more. You certainly didn't have all these tools that I remember. It's pretty neat. It's pretty. Oh no, I can't use a mouse with that. You have to use a pen, really. But it is working. It is actually painting in 3D. Well, I'm blowed. Anyway, okay. Thank you very much for watching. I shall see you again in another stream. What's today? Wednesday. Tomorrow sometime. Okay. Thanks a lot. Bye.